Okay, thank you. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this meeting of the Strategic Licensing Committee. I'm obliged to inform you that this meeting is being live streamed and recorded. Members of the public will be able to view the meeting using the link on the agenda. So, go to apologies. So we've had apologies from Councillor Viv Parry and Ken Pardy. Oh, you got a sub?
Yes.
Yeah. Caroline Bagnall subbing. Any others?
Roy.
Oh, yes, sir. Roy, the chair. How could I miss him? Yeah. Okay. Public question time.
No public questions, Chair.
Thank you. Item 4, disclosable pecuniary advantage. Pecuniary interest, if anybody's got one.
Item 2, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, sorry, mate. Could do that. So minutes of the previous meeting. I presume everybody's having a read of them. Is there anything anybody wants to add to them?
As we move the minutes.
Second. Okay. Are we all in favour of that? Yeah. Thank you. Not that I'm trying to rush the agenda. So we go to item 5 then, which is the street trading policy 23 to 28 that needs renewing because the old one runs out at the end of March, is it? So I'll hand over to Mandy V then.
Thank you, Chair. Just to bring you all up to date with this street trading policy, if you remember back in the summer we went out to consultation with the street trading policy and there was some requests to amend some of the designated streets. We brought that back for consideration to the last strategic. Since that date, those designations of streets have been undertaken through the legal process and the notices have been served over the last couple of weeks, and we've now had no objections to that, so they will come into effect because we've had no objections. Those streets, the amendments have been included within the policy document now, and the whole policy has been revised based on the consultation responses that we had. And I've put the revised document for you all to view within the report. And if you're happy to take that forward, or if you've got any questions, I'm happy to answer any that you may have.
Are there any questions from anybody?
Sorry to interrupt. Mike Isherwood has just passed on a message. He is on his way, but stuck in traffic at the moment.
Which way here?
Just if you can just, Mandy, if you could just give us some update on temporary license for things like Christmas switch on. There were hawkers again selling around town during the Christmas light switch on. Are they individually licensed or are they just taken in?
Okay, we did quite a before the COVID pandemic, we had a lot of conversations with town and parish councils about the Christmas light switch on, the sort of general events they have in the summer, those sort of things, the autumn events. And what we did was specifically add a section which covers and allows them to have the events without having to be licensed for those events. We've got a whole section, new section, which was sent out to the town councils for them to consider and whether it fits with the events they're trying to run, so that it takes them most of the events they want to do outside of the street trading regime, so that it supports the town centres and the enhancements of the town centres, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they've got to be licensed in order to do that. We had lengthy conversations with all of the town councils about that, and we had quite a lot of correspondence from them. We sent out this document with the revised details in there to all the town councils when we were proposing it as part of the consultation. There was a separate email that went to them to say, you need to consider this section because this is a section relevant to what the discussions that we've had, and we had none of them come back to say that they weren't happy with it. So it remained, and this is what I'm taking forward.
Okay, we're happy with that. Okay, thanks.
Anybody else? So the recommendation was that this committee agrees, I don't think there's any modifications with the proposal, that it's adopted by the council and implemented with effect from the 1st of April 23. You agree with that?
I'll move that, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, I'm thinking that.
Okay. I agree as well. So that's that one done. So we go on to item 6 then, which is the exercise of delegated powers. And again, we go to Mandy.
Thank you, Chair. This particular report is the standard report that I bring to this committee every time we meet, and it just gives you an idea of all the licences that's been processed during the previous period of this meeting. And it's really to acknowledge the fact of what happens within the licensing team and all the sort of licence types that they have and they process on an ongoing basis. So I'm just open to any questions that any of you may have in that particular report, because it's just for noting.
Okay, are there any questions? I've got one. In the Gambling Act section, there doesn't seem to be much movement there, yet we've got 44 annual fees. So is it just that there aren't any new people coming forward? Is that what it effectively?
Yes, a lot of the gambling, if I'm referred to you all to page 110 of the document. If you look at the renewal periods for the gambling ones, they're either for life or they're 10-year periods. So once they've gained their licence, they then pay an annual fee to retain that licence. So some of them, every 10 years, they'll come back round, but some of them have that licence and then retain it indefinitely as long as they pay their annual fee. So that's why there's that differentiation there.
Okay, then, thank you. Any more questions? No. So the recommendation is that members note the position as set out in the report, so we'll do that. And date of next meeting.
You're trying to break a record here. You talk 2 more minutes to make it last 10.
Well, I'm trying to be so. I like to. 15th of March, 23 at 10 a.m. Okay, everybody. That's it. That's the meeting, I think.
Press on Mike is short to turn around.
Yeah, the next thing.
12 8 minutes.